One Punch Man didn't just fall off, it was pushed. And the people responsible, they're hiding in plain sight. For years, fans have called it a masterpiece, the perfect mix of genius writing, god-tier animation, and that rare kind of humor that made us fall in love with anime all over again. One Punch Man wasn't just another hit show, it was the show. It broke the internet, set new standards, and turned Saitama into a global icon. Every scene, every punch, every frame, pure electricity. But now, something's gone horribly wrong. The same series that redefined anime hype is being treated like disposable content, a shadow of what it once was. 6 years of waiting, and this is what we get? Fans around the world are stunned, angry, and asking the same question. How could they mess up something so perfect? And here's the thing, it's not just bad animation, it's not just weak direction, it's deeper than that. Somewhere between the boardrooms, production schedules, and marketing meetings, One Punch Man became a victim of its own success. So today, we're going to break it all down. What went wrong, who's really responsible, and how a masterpiece ended up feeling like a corporate afterthought. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly who's to blame, and why the only people who can save One Punch Man now might be us, the fans. Before everything went wrong, One Punch Man was the anime. Back in 2015, when it first dropped, it didn't just enter the anime scene, it exploded into it. Nobody had ever seen anything like it. The humor, the pacing, the animation, it all felt fresh, confident, like the creators knew exactly how to keep you glued to the screen. The first season was electric. Every fight felt like a cinematic event. Every joke landed perfectly. You could show the Boros fight to someone who didn't even watch anime, and they'd instantly get it, that this was something special. Madhouse made sure every punch had weight, every explosion had soul, and every quiet moment had meaning. It wasn't just action, it was art. But what really made One Punch Man stand out wasn't just its flashy animation, it was its heart. The irony of a hero who could defeat anyone with one punch, yet felt completely empty inside, hit deep. It was clever, funny, and weirdly philosophical. It made us laugh, but it also made us think. And that balance between absurd comedy and existential reflection is what made the show timeless. It was the rare kind of series that united everyone. Hardcore fans, casual watchers, even people who usually stayed away from anime. Everyone agreed that this was something incredible. It was that perfect storm of creativity, energy, and innovation. One Punch Man wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural moment. But, as fans know too well, lightning doesn't always strike twice. Because while we were still talking about Season 1's perfection, the production wheels behind the scenes were already starting to grind. What looked like a golden age was quietly becoming a countdown to disaster. And that's where the 6-year wait began, the one that would change everything. And that's where the 6-year wait began, the one that would change everything. 6 years. That's how long fans waited for One Punch Man to come back. 6 years of theories, leaks, fan edits, and endless hope that the return would live up to what we remembered. Think about that. 6 years ago, the anime world looked completely different. Demon Slayer was just starting to pick up steam, Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man weren't even part of the conversation yet. The industry was shifting, the standards were climbing, and audiences were becoming way harder to impress. But that long wait, it created something powerful. Hype. Real, raw hype. Every year that passed, the expectations grew bigger. Fans imagined what the fights would look like with modern animation, what new layers we'd see in Saitama's story, how epic the Monster Association arc would feel on screen. The return of One Punch Man wasn't just another season, it was supposed to be an event. And that's what made the silence hurt. Every rumor, every teaser, every delay just built more pressure. People were willing to wait though, because One Punch Man wasn't any series. It was a global hit, a meme factory, a phenomenon that turned anime into mainstream pop culture again. It had to come back swinging, but when the trailer finally dropped, something felt off. The excitement was still there, but so was hesitation. People noticed things. The art looked good, but the movement felt stiff. The energy wasn't quite the same. Still, fans pushed those doubts aside. It's One Punch Man, they said. They'll deliver. After all, 6 years of waiting had to mean they were cooking up something legendary, right? Except they weren't. Because when the first episode finally aired, that hope, 6 years of it, began to crumble. And that realization, hit harder than any punch Saitama could throw. But as shocking as it was to see the decline, what came next made it even worse. Because the problem wasn't just about effort, it was about priorities. Here's the thing, the art itself isn't the problem. If you freeze the episode at any random frame, it looks amazing. The detail is there. The shading, the colors, the accuracy to the manga, it all looks beautiful. On paper, this should have been a win, but the moment those frames start to move, the illusion breaks. The animation just isn't there. It's static. Characters stand like cardboard cutouts, mouths moving with no other motion. No hair fluttering, no body language, just lifeless stillness. You can see the potential in every drawing, but it never comes alive. It's like staring at a masterpiece that someone forgot to animate. And that's the painful part, because One Punch Man was built on motion. Season 1 wasn't just drawn well, it moved like nothing else. The camera angles, the choreography, the energy, everything flowed perfectly. It made you feel the weight behind every punch, the absurd power of Saitama, and the chaos of the world around him. Now, we're left with static scenes and slow pans. It's like watching greatness put on pause. The ingredients are there, the talent, the designs, the tone, but nobody bothered to cook the meal. They just threw it in the microwave and called it a day. And that's what hurts most. It's not that the team can't do better, it's that someone, somewhere, decided this was good enough. That this legendary series didn't deserve the same care, time, or attention as other top-tier anime. But who made that call? Who looked at this and said, yeah, that's fine? Because the truth is, the people drawing the frames aren't the villains here. The real problem starts higher up, way higher. It's easy to look at the screen and blame the animators, but let's be real. They're not the ones calling the shots. Most of these people are overworked, underpaid, and trying to make magic out of impossible deadlines. They're doing what they can with what they're given. The real problem lies at the top, with the production committees, the studio executives, and the people holding the purse strings. They're the ones who decided One Punch Man didn't need the time, budget, or attention it deserved. They're the ones who looked at a global hit, one of the most popular anime in modern history, and said, that's good enough. JC Staff, the studio in charge, isn't new to this criticism. They've proven before that they can produce quality when they prioritize it, but this time, they clearly didn't. Somewhere along the line, One Punch Man was treated like an afterthought, a safe bet that didn't need extra effort to sell. That's not just careless, that's disrespectful. Because this isn't a small series. This isn't some experimental new show. This is One Punch Man, a franchise that built an entire fan base off its god-tier animation and clever storytelling. It deserved to be the crown jewel of the season, not something shoved into a rushed schedule to fill a slot. And that's the tragedy here. This isn't a story about bad artists. It's a story about bad priorities. The people behind the desks, not the people behind the pens. They're the ones who looked at a once-in-a-generation success and thought they could cut corners without anyone noticing. But fans did notice. Everyone did. And the frustration isn't just about one disappointing episode. It's about watching something we love get stripped down for profit. Because if even a series as big as One Punch Man can be treated like disposable content, what hope does any other anime have? What's happening to One Punch Man isn't just about one anime. It's a symptom of a much bigger problem. The way the anime industry treats even its biggest titles like assembly line products. See, most fans think studios control everything, but they don't. Production committees, groups of investors, publishers, and corporate decision makers. They're the ones calling the shots. They decide the budget, the timeline, and how many episodes a show gets. And once they've got a hit, they don't ask how to make it better, they ask how to make it faster. That's the dangerous cycle we're stuck in. Studios are juggling multiple shows at once, often with split teams, impossible schedules, and barely enough time to finish storyboards before airing. The result is you get a show that looks polished in screenshots, but completely lifeless when it moves. And the saddest part is, it's not just One Punch Man. We've seen this before. Amazing series crushed under production pressure. It's the same story every time. Amazing artists, passionate animators, all trapped under tight deadlines and cost-cutting decisions from people who don't even watch anime. Meanwhile, the industry keeps proving that when you give creators time and trust, magic happens. Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, all of them show what can happen when you actually invest in quality. People notice. Fans reward that effort. They share, they trend, they make it viral. So it's not that the anime world has lost its talent, it's that too many studios are run by people who think good enough is good business. And that mindset is killing creativity. Because One Punch Man was supposed to be untouchable. The kind of series you can't mess up. The fact that even it isn't safe should scare everyone who loves anime. But maybe, just maybe, there's still something left to fight for. For all the disappointment, there's still something undeniably special about One Punch Man. Even through the stiff frames and awkward pacing, the art direction shines. The line work, the shading, the attention to detail, it still carries that iconic look that made us fall in love in the first place. And it's not just the art. The world itself, the story, the characters, they're still incredible. Saitama is still one of the best written protagonists in modern anime. Garu is still one of the most fascinating anti-heroes ever created. The Monster Association arc? Still one of the best arcs in any manga, period. The raw material is there. The soul of the series is still alive. It's just trapped under bad production choices. And even the opening gives us a small glimpse of what could have been. The music hits hard, the concept is strong, the art is gorgeous. It just feels unfinished. Like the director had something amazing in mind but wasn't given the time or resources to complete it. And that, more than anything, proves the point. This isn't a lack of passion. It's a lack of support. Because when you look closely, you can see the effort from the people who care. You can see the spark in the artwork, the direction, the emotion in the voice acting. It's there. It's just buried under layers of corporate shortcuts. And that's why fans still hold on. Not out of blind loyalty, but because they know what this series can be. We've seen its potential. We've lived it. We remember that feeling of seeing Saitama punch through an enemy like a force of nature and realizing we were watching something legendary. That magic isn't gone forever. It's waiting for the right team, the right time, and maybe the right amount of fan pressure to bring it back to life. One Punch Man deserves better. It always did. Not just because it's popular or because it broke streaming records or because it made anime cool again, but because it represents everything we love about this medium. Creativity, passion, heart. It showed us that anime could be funny, deep, and brutally honest all at once. It gave us a hero who didn't fight for glory or power or fame. He fought because he could, because that's what heroes do. That spirit, that simple, pure energy is what made the series special, and it deserves to be treated with the same respect that it gave to its fans. But right now, it's not. It's being treated like just another product on a conveyor belt, something to pump out, promote, and forget. And if we don't speak up, if we don't demand better, then this won't stop with One Punch Man. It'll keep happening. To the shows we love, to the artists we admire, to the stories that inspired us. That's why this matters, because this isn't just about one anime being disappointing. It's about setting a standard, reminding the industry that we notice, that fans care about quality, about storytelling, about effort. And that's the thing. Fans have more power now than ever. We share, we trend, we make noise, and studios pay attention to that. When a community speaks loud enough, people listen. So if you love One Punch Man, if you believe it still deserves the kind of greatness it once had, make sure the people in charge know it. Talk about it, share it, comment, demand better. Because if we don't, if we just accept whatever's handed to us, then we're telling the industry that mediocrity is okay. And it's not. Not for a series that once set the gold standard. Not for the fans who waited 6 years. And definitely not for the story that reminded us all what being a hero really means. So yeah, One Punch Man deserves better. And maybe, if we're loud enough, it'll finally get it. What do you think? Am I being too harsh or not harsh enough? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear your take. And if you care about this series the way I do, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure everyone knows we're not giving up on One Punch Man yet. Because heroes don't quit, and neither should we.